Hello and welcome to another session on file handling in C programming for the subject of Introduction to Programming using C. In today's class, we will be discussing about the binary files, we will be discussing about records, we will be discussing about fwrite function, fread function, we will be talking about update, delete operations which we can perform in the file. If you see the program on the screen, you can see there is a structure called emp and it has three variables in it, emp number, name and salary. It has also got a structure variable which is e in this program. Now if you see on the right hand side top of the screen, you will see there is a file called myfile4.rec. .rec stands for record file because we will be storing records, that is the variables of structure inside it. We will be storing different values which we store in e into the file. So right now the file myfile4.record is having 3 records in it. Now if we see at the int main section of the program, we will see that we have declared a file pointer called fp, and using fp we have opened a file called myfile4.rec, and it has opened in an appending mode for binary. So binary in a file, if a file is stored in a binary format, it is stored in the same format the computer understands, that is in the binary format. So due to which the processing of the file become fast for the program. No unnecessary conversions of the values takes place in case of storage of data in binary format. Now if we further look into the program by using file pointer fp, I have opened a file called myfile4.record in an append mode, and scanf statements in the program are asking for the employee number, name and salary from the user, and they are stored inside e. Now comes the fwrite function. The fwrite function which is highlighted in yellow, the fwrite function which is highlighted in yellow is referencing to the, or it is passing the address of e, which was having 3 values in it, that was of employee number, name and salary. It is telling the size of the e, it is telling how much block or how much record has to be written into file, that is 1 here, and it is also telling the which file pointer we have to use. After doing all the job, the file is closed by using fclose function. The next steps comes is reading from the file. As you know that if you open a file for reading, you have to open it in the reading mode, that is shown by RB here in the program. Now the highlighted section says that you have to put a while loop which executes till end of file, and by using fread functions the record are read from the file which is pointed by file pointer fp, and those read records are stored inside e one by one, and all the values are displayed using the printf statement. So fwrite statement is used to write records into file, and fread statement is used to fetch the data from the file and display it. The fread statement execution goes like this. Initially it will fetch the record 2097 Kapir and 35,000 from the file and display it. Now when while loop will execute again, it will fetch 4108 Ojas and 40,000 from the file and display it. Now while loop will execute again and it will fetch 5648 from the file and it will display. So in this way the 3 records will be fetched from the file and they will be displayed. Next program to be considered is program to create the copy of the file. In this program, let's assume that myfile4.record which was created earlier has been stored into the program, and we want to fetch and we want to create a copy of that file. If you see the highlighted yellow section of the program, it is simply opening the file myfile4.record and it is reading the records by using while loop, and after it is closing the file. Now if you look at the red section, you will see that copy file4.record is opened in a writing mode, because myfile4 was to be read, so it is in the reading mode, and copy file4.record is to be written, so it is into a writing mode. Now if we look at the while loop and if you look at the red highlighted section inside the while loop, we will see a write statement. What that write statement do? It is writing e into the file which is pointed by file pointer cp. If we look very carefully inside the while loop, we will see that the fread function is reading e from the file and fwrite function is writing that e into the file. The file reading has been done by using fp, which was pointing towards myfile4, and file writing has been done by using cp, which was pointing towards the copy file4.rec. If you see on the top right hand side of the screen, you will see that myfile4.rec file has been created earlier and it was having 3 records, and copy file4.rec is blank. By using this while loop which is shown in the yellow section of the code, we will be able to copy or we will be able to transfer all the data which was inside myfile4.rec into copy file 4. Further in this program, After copying all the data from my file 4, it has been displayed to the user what was stored inside the file. Next program talks about fseek function. Fseek function basically makes you to jump to any specific location in the file or to the any specific record in the file. As we know that records are stored in form of bytes. If we observe this program carefully, we have got a structure called emp, and total size of that structure is 106 bytes. 2 bytes for int, 100 bytes for char, and 4 bytes for float. So total is 106 bytes. So each record which was having value for Kabir, Ojas, Simmar, Aman, Raman, Kriti are having a size of 106 bytes each. Now, if we want to straight away jump to any specific record, then we will be using fseek function. If you see this program very carefully, the highlighted section says that you have to use fseek function. By writing fp, it will say which file you are pointing to right now. It is myfile4.record, and that file has been opened in a reading mode. Based on the code, we want to jump to the record which was having information of Aman in it. This means that I want to start displaying data from 6698 Aman 80,000 till the end of the file. Now by using fseek of the program, I will be jumping to the specific record by using of the statement n-1 into size of e. By using this, I will be straight away jumping to the record number 3 in the file if I start counting from 0. So record number 3 in the file is the record which is having information about Aman. Now seek set word basically says that you have to start seeking from the beginning of the file. If I write seek current here, it will start moving from the current position, and if I write seek end, it will seek from the end of the file. After writing the seek statement, fseek statement in the program, I have reached a specific record. That record was Aman, and by putting the while loop which is shown in the code, now the program start reading from the record Aman. So the data which will be displayed on the screen will be of Aman, Raman and Kriti. Now let's see the next program. Next program talks about deleting of data from the file. This program is same as that of the program which we have done earlier for copying of the file. If you see on the screen, you have got a myfile4.record, and it is having many records in it, and now you have to delete the record whose record number or whose employee number is 5648. In this case, 5648 record is of the person called Rati, and its salary is 23,000. Now, if we see the function which is called as process delete here, the process delete function basically asks for the employee number which you want to delete. The employee number is provided is 5648. It has been passed from the calling function. Now, if we see the program, if we see the process delete method, and if we see the non-highlighted section of the process delete method, we will see that we have opened a file called myfile4.record. We have start reading the records from the file, and after reading all the records, the file is closed. If we see inside the while loop of the process delete, we will see that there has been an if condition. That if condition is basically checking if any of the records if any of the records employee number mismatches the employee number record which you want to delete, which is 5648 here, then you write that record into the other file. If you see in the red highlighted section of the code, you will see that I have declared a file pointer tp. Using that file pointer tp, I have opened a file called tempfile4.record, and that too in a writing mode. This means that file was opened in a blank way. Sorry. Now, the data is being read from myfile4.record. Each record has been read into E. The E number stored inside E has been compared with 5648. If the mismatch occurs, we are writing that record into that file called tmp file 4. If you see on the right hand side of the screen, you will be able to see that myfile4.record has some data, and except the data for record Rati has been transferred, all the data has been copied into tempfile4.record. Now, after execution of the while loops, both the files are closed by using fclose tp and fclose fp, and in the end, myfile4 record has been removed from the memory, and by using function rename, the file tempfile4.rec has been renamed to myfile4.rec. So by this, we have first of all copied all the data from myfile4.record, transferred it or copied into temp file 4.record, leaving the record with 5648 employee number, and then renaming the file temp file 4.record to myfile4.record. Sorry. After doing all the things, the data the information has been displayed for myfile4.record. Last program of today's session is of updation of the record. If you see on the screen again, you will see that record 5648 of the file myfile4.rec has been modified to Karan and 23500. So this program is same as that of copying of one file into another, but when you are copying it, you check whether the employee number matches with the employee number which has been provided. The employee number which has been provided is 5648 here. Now if you look at the gray section of the program, we will see that whenever the employee number matches, you ask for the new value of name, which is Karan here. You ask value for the new value of salary, which is 2350 here, and that too has been written into the other file, which is written as temp file 4.record. Again, looking at the screen, what we came to know that process update is the name of my process. It is asking for an employee number to be updated. Now, yellow highlighted section is opening the file myfile4.record, which was having the original records, all the records. Now, the red section of the program is saying that you have to open another file which is called as temp file 4.record. Now, the gray section of the program is saying that the while loop, which is fetching all the records one by one from the file myfile4.record, has to check whether the fetched E number is equal to the employee number which you want to update. If it is yes, the gray sections ask for the new value for name and new value for salary. After receiving the new values, those values are also written into the other file which is called as temp file 4.records. All the values from myfile4 has been written into temp file 4.record, and later on in the last two statements of the screen, you have to delete myfile4.record from the memory, and you have to rename the temp file 4.record to myfile4. After doing all the things, the myfile4 will be updated, and by using the function void display, you will be able to display whatever is stored inside in that file. And the void main or the int main section of the program is basically asking for the employee number to be updated, and process update is when called, and the value of employee number to be updated is passed to the process update function, which works on the passed value. So this finishes our session for today on the topic of file handling. Thank you very much.